Welcome to Sly Media. This is my review on Bel Air. Wow, I didn't get a chance to do a review on Bel Air or anything like that because when I had personal stuff going on when the episode first aired. So I'm happy to be able to do something now on Bel Air. But wow, so I waited to just do the finale. What a good finale! And Marlon Wayans, he did a phenomenal acting job, a phenomenal job, man, of playing the character Luke. I was wondering, they said Will Dad was coming this episode. I not know from the back of it, you couldn't tell who it was, but Marlon Wayans did an excellent job. I know he's known more for his comedy, but this right here, his authentic, pretty much straight seriousness. No, laughing like this. His chops in this were awesome. Awesome. Him playing the Lou character. We found out about Lou, like his character Lou, Marlon Wayans' character Lou had been locked up for a while and everything like that. So, Jeffrey, we find out that's why Phil has a falling out with Jeffrey because Jeffrey ends up going and telling Lou that hey, his son was looking for him and everything like that. And of course, Phil didn't like that. He wasn't having that. So he was very, very upset behind that. So like, and that happens. That's why Jeffrey left and all. Which Carlton and everybody else finds out. That's exactly why the reason why Jeffrey left. Wasn't on vacation or anything. He left because Phil didn't like that. Yeah, Will went looking for him and all that. So um, Phil wasn't having that. So that's up with that. So the kids and all that find out about that. So also as well with Will. Will dealing with that. Find out his dad has came and come back alive. That really upsets him, makes him upset. He doesn't like it. You know everything. But he does decide to meet him and ends up meeting him and hanging out with him. But I just want to talk about that. But now I'm talking about everything else what the other characters doing. Jazz and Hillary. Jazz finally clapped hit bust them walls, and my partner would say. He finally bust them walls. He finally got with Hillary. Wow. All I got to say about that is like, all I got to say is about that is Jazz, this character Jazz, I like how they changed his character. Also, how they changed Hillary character as well. They're not mostly more, it's like keeping it real blunt, like not like idiots or anything like that. Or I would say idiots, but people that are kind of just out there thinking different. They got it this time with Jazz and Hillary. Hillary's like a YouTube person trying to figure out her life, trying to figure out what she's trying to do. Like she also trying to get this contract she in, who she got herself in, with being in the house, with being on YouTube. Also, as well, they got Jazz. He really is like the voice of reason in this episode in this series. That's what I'm saying. He's more like the voice of reason. And everything with Will Hillary, he's really like that voice of reason. So once with this episode, we clearly see that with him and Hillary. When him and Hillary get to talking and everything like that, she tells him like once he finally hits her, when they're in bed together, he tells her like, hey, you should like use Ivy, who's Karuchi character we seen, like the Karuchi character Ivy. You should use her as like, you know, um, lifeline. She uses a business part to help you get out of your YouTube thing and all and everything like that. Which later on in the episode she clearly does. She does use it, but well, Ivy when they first meet together and she meet Jazz, it seems like some chemistry going on with her Jazz. She's like she checking her out and all that. They got lines together. They spit little lines with each other and all that. So I believe this partnership can turn ugly with Hillary and all and everything like that. With her and Ivy going to business together. Because now she got her eyes on Jazz. So I can definitely believe that for sure, like something might go on between them two. It's going to stir up something with Hillary and Ivy. So we stay tuned for that, next season. Like I said, this was a finale. I didn't even know this till recently. This was a finale, the last episode of the season. But I feel like something going to come of this and all that between those two. So I definitely can feel that coming along. Definitely for sure. Also, as well, Carlton really do that much this episode. He just showed like his, he was mostly, helping Will out, was there for Will, like how Will has been there for him this whole time this season. He really was there for Will, with encouraging him about even showing him the letter about what his father been through, how his father had a rough childhood and everything like that. So it really like showed, Carlton really been showing his embracing with them becoming closer together. Like how we saw in like the original Fresh Prince, Will and Carter started off as kind of like rivals and all, but then later on in the season, all they became close and they really became brothers. So I feel like we're getting more and more that he really becomes his brother. Now next, also forgot to talk about with with Vivian. Vivian's art exhibit is going well, and like her and Michael Ealy's character, they talk and they're like, saying, "Hey, I want you to help me out with my painting." He says, "Okay, if it's cool with your husband." Say, "Yeah, we're way beyond that. Definitely works." So they, looking forward to that. Her getting her art exhibit and everything like that together, and Michael Ealy's character is gonna help her out. And with we don't know what's up with Philip. We know in the original series Philip did end up becoming a judge and everything like that. But we don't know, with this series it's different, like I said, different kind of spin on things. We don't know if we don't know if Philip's gonna be a judge or not or anything like that. When his buddies, his frat brothers tell him what's next for and he say, I'm just trying to spend time with my family out. So we'll hopefully see next season what he's definitely up to, what he's gonna be doing. So that'll be interesting, very very interesting. So we get to the point. Will and Lou finally meet each other. Once he hears from his mom talks to him and tell him, "Hey, my dad came and all that." He finds time to talk and meet him. It seems like things are going well, like they're bonding, they're good and all that. But then when Lou says, "Hey, your mom, worst thing I ever did is being with your mom. She was on my back, pretty much." Once your aunt got with Philip and that, he was bringing up all the money and got rich, he got all the money, pretty much like, you know, she was asking for me to do more money and do all that and everything like that. And Will says a lot of, pretty much goes in. You know how it is when you upset your daddy, you just go in on him, say a lot of bad stuff, that when your daddy ain't around in your life. And he goes in saying, hey, also, she the reason why you got locked up for beating up that old man and everything and take his money and all that. Like, oh, yeah. And then Will says to him, would you have even showed up if I didn't come looking for you? We ever came and showed up if I didn't even come looking for you? Hit him with that, and like that's when things almost get physical and all that. Then Phil has to step in and tell him, hey, and all that. And every hell, pretty much pretty much get in between them along Vivian's will, pretty much say, hey, Lou, give him some time and all everything like that. He's just not coming in his life. He has to adjust and take all this in. So in my opinion, pretty much hopefully they can work things out because I just love Marlon Wayne's acting. This he was just so phenomenal, so good in this. To hopefully see more of him. It's not just a one-off episode and all that like we saw in that emotional moment in the original Fresh Prince between Will and Phil when his father just leaves out of his life and everything like that. Hopefully we see more of him this episode. Hopefully we definitely see more of him, I should say, the next season, I should say. Now hopefully Marlon Wayne's character does come back next season. But that's what Phil and Viv tell him, just give Lou some time to tell Lou to give Will some time and all and everything. Which hopefully, things work out and everything like that, but we don't know. We'll see. But that's what she said to him. Now Will is that's what Phil said to Lou and all that. But Will is just upset. He's just pissed off. He feel like everybody's been lying, everybody treating right, and he runs away from home. Pretty much runs away. What I don't get is how in the world they let him take the car. You run away at home and then like you don't want him to run away, period, but then you let him just take the car. If you're going to leave, but don't just take the car and all that. He just ran off with their car. I'm like, Will ain't got no job and like that. For I know in this particular first season, so they just let him run off and take the car and all that. And everything. But that's when they tripped me out that. They just let Will take the car and all that. But also see with Carlton, he does give Will some money, help give him something to eat, get some food and everything like that. Like, give him slide him some money. Because, like I said, he does have love for it. Feel like Will is a brother to him and all that and everything. Then also as well, Carlton ends up going to Lisa and telling Lisa, have you seen Will? And she was, because, Will and Lisa were actually supposed to hook up and all that. This, because, Will was telling Jazz, hey, Will was telling Jazz how do I get work my things right with Lisa. And both Hillary and Jazz told him to tell her you love her and tell her how you feel and try to make things work out with her and everything like that. And that's what he was going to do, but his father showed up and all that. But Carlton tells him, hey, that's what happened. Will's dad showed up when he trying to stand you up and all that, everything like that. And it come from me, a brother I've been stood up for, and you know what I'm saying? So I know that junk hurt. And you know what I'm saying? My day didn't have no good reason like that. It was just messed up. But that's a long story. I'm not going to talk about me. But yeah, so she definitely was upset about it. But, once she found out, the reason, she's like, oh, okay. Like, Carter's like, please help me find him, Lisa, and everything like that. And that most definitely, like I said, she's seen how much love he has for Will, his cousin, and all that. She said, okay, and all that. So, hopefully things work out with him and Lisa. They can, get together and all that, get back together and everything like that. Because he really does love her a lot and all. And hopefully she does love him too. So he understand that, hey, that's why he didn't show up. Because, like I said, he had real some personal family going on. And then at the end, we see, like I always say, Jazz is the voice of reason. I love his character so much in this series. He's always the voice of reason. And once again, he's definitely the voice of reason. He tells Will, he's like, yeah, man, what you doing? You got a bunch of people, the family, everybody's looking for you and all that. What are you doing and all that? Everything. And he just says, everybody been lying to me and all that and everything like that. You said, Jazz told me this city will change you. Watch and see what happens. This city gonna change you and all that. And Jazz gives one of the most greatest lines ever, one of the good lines ever. He pretty much said, I don't think I'm quoting right, but he says, happiness comes from no matter where you at, what city you in, like that. As long as you real and true to yourself, doesn't matter where you at. And that is just to me so real. No matter what, as long as you true to yourself and true to who you are, you'll always be happy. You always. And boy, that's true. That story is that is really true to me, man. You know what I'm saying? I felt that when he said, as long as you true to yourself and who you are, you always gonna be happy, man. And I believe that definitely, for sure, for sure. So I love like when Jazz said that, like a very, very good line. Jazz said that. So when I hear that, so and Jazz tells them, it's up to you. It's your Uncle Phil, your Aunt Viv, your mom, your dad, none of them ain't here. This is up to you. What you gonna do? What's your decision? Where do you want to go? And just the epic scene with them both in the mountaintop, both sitting at the mountain, just and he tells them and all that. What do you want to do? So my prediction is this: I believe he will end up going back to Bel Air, coming back home to be with his family and all. They just want to end it like that because we know in a couple seasons of the original Fresh Prince of Bel Air, Will has moved Philly and came to Philly, but he's always has come back and everything like that. So I believe he definitely will end up going back, staying with the Bankses and everything like that. It just even though it's just a little different, it's really different and all that. But I believe for a better life, better future, he'll definitely be in Bel Air and everything. So but it's just I love they play the Meek Mill song too at the end. Like I used to pray for times like this, rhyme like that, like the locked up. You know what I'm saying? I just love that. And they play that. So and like I said, ended well for Will and Jazz like it did in the beginning of the first episode. So like I said, I love this show. I love this shit. I'm definitely going to review on it next season as well. Definitely enjoy, definitely entertained. But like I said, I love Marlon Wayne's performance this last episode. Like I said, I hope we get to more of this because we really get to see Marlon Wayne's acting chops, his seriousness. He's known for his comedy, but the brother can act too. So I definitely love this. I definitely love like his acting in this episode. So I'm hoping we get to more to see him more of his serious side, Marlon Wayans. Also, as well, I did, like I said, one of my favorite characters on there is the Jazz character. I really do like him a lot, how they kind of more of a serious kind of guy, got his own business and everything like that, has his life together and all that. Has a good head on his shoulder, has his life together pretty much and all that. So, I love, so like I said, I love his character. He really is like the voice of reason for Hillary and Will. And like I said, I just love that line he gives at the end, He's the one knows where Will's at. That's like Will's best buddy. So he definitely knew where he was at and knew what to say to him and all that and everything like that. To definitely, keep him, hey, keep his head on straight, tell him what you want to do and everything like that. So, love this, like I said, love this episode. Definitely love it, man, and all that. Like I said, if you like the content, please don't hesitate to hit that like, subscribe button. Please don't hesitate to hit it at all. Like I said, stay tuned. My next video is gonna come about Atlanta right after this, so please stay tuned for that. This is Sly Media. Have a good day. I mean, it's nighttime. It's after 3 in the morning, but y'all have a good night. Be safe, you have it. This is Sly Media. Oh shit.